Jai Hind everyone, welcome back to the class of English studies. My name is Arun Kumar, your guide, mentor and partner in the mission of mastering NDA, CDS and SSC English. Friends, in today's class we are going to discuss a very important topic. Verbs without prepositions and verbs with prepositions. This topic is very important for examinations. Why? Very often questions have been seen from this topic in spotting error sections and fill in the blanks. So let us start this topic. Friends, in today's class we are going to see two things about verb. First, verbs that do not take prepositions. Means if you find prepositions with such verbs, then that will be an error. And the second one, verbs that must take prepositions. Means such verbs will always be followed by prepositions. If you don't find prepositions with such verbs, then that will be grammatically wrong. So one by one, let us see those verbs. Friends, to start with, let us see the verbs showing movement and direction. First, we have verb enter. In examination, you will get question like he entered into the room quietly. He entered into the room quietly sounds correct, but it is grammatically wrong. Why? Because enter verb is not followed by preposition. The verb does not take any preposition. The right sentence would be he entered the room quietly. So he entered into the room quietly. Into is wrong. So these verbs are not followed by prepositions. Why? Because they are self-sufficient. They are complete in themselves to convey their meaning. Enter means to get into. So there is no need of any preposition. Next, reach. Examination, you will get question like she reached to the station on time. Seems to be correct, but it is wrong. She reached the station on time. Approach. The officer approached to the suspect carefully. Approach to. Many of us don't know that approach will not take preposition and we are not able to find the error in the sentence. So approach will not take any preposition. Right sentence would be the officer approached the suspect carefully. Leave. They left the city yesterday. They left the city yesterday. This is the right sentence. What you will get, they left from the city yesterday, which is wrong. Why? Because after leave we have preposition from. So leave will not take preposition after it. Quit. He quit from the job last year. From is wrong. Why? Quit itself means leaving. So there is no need of showing with preposition. Preposition will become redundant here. So he quit the job last year is the right sentence. So remember, enter, reach, approach, leave and quit. These verbs don't take preposition after them. Now, verbs showing relation or position. Let us see comprise. Very often questions are asked in examination based on this verb comprise. Most often what you'll find, the committee comprises of. Wrong. Comprise will not take any preposition. The right sentence will be the committee comprises 5 members. Comprises of is wrong. Lack. The report lacks clarity is right. The report lacks of clarity is wrong. When these verbs act as the main verbs, they don't take preposition. So the report lacks clarity. Lacks of clarity is wrong. Resemble. The child resembles to his father. Incorrect. What is the right one? The child resembles his father. Accompany. She will accompany her mother to the market. But in examination, you will get question like she will accompany with her mother to the market. You will think if with mother is there, so with used, so it is right? No, because accompany will not take any preposition. If you find preposition with accompany, what it becomes wrong? It becomes an error. So we have seen enter, reach, approach, leave, quit. This is very important. Comprise, lack, then resemble and accompany. These verbs are not followed by prepositions, remember. Friends, now next we have prepositions showing waiting or expectations. Await. We are awaiting for the final result. The sentence sounds correct. We are awaiting for the final result. But grammatically it is wrong. Why? Because await will not take any preposition. We are awaiting the final result is the right sentence. Expect. They expect good performance from him is right. What is wrong? They expect for good performance. They expect for is wrong. Expect will not take any preposition. Anticipate. The company anticipates about heavy losses. Why these sentences are wrong? Because in day-to-day life we use these verbs with prepositions and they have become the part of our language conversation, so we have to be very very careful. Anticipate will not take any preposition. The company anticipates heavy losses. Now the verbs showing demand or control. Let us see. Demand. The workers demanded for justice. Demand for. He's demanding for something. Wrong. What is right? The workers demanded justice. The worker, he demanded me something. He demanded for is wrong. Request. He requested for immediate help. Wrong. He requested for immediate help is wrong. Request will not be followed by preposition. He requested what? Immediate help. These are very very small errors that you have to be very very careful in examination. Order. The officer ordered for an inquiry. Actually we speak like this, that is why these sentences sound correct and we are not able to spot the errors. Now the official ordered an inquiry is correct, for an inquiry is wrong. Control. She controlled over her emotions. Control over, we think that controlling over, no, wrong. Control will not take any preposition, so she controlled her emotions is right sentence. She controlled over her emotions is wrong. So these verbs again, they don't take prepositions. They are not followed by prepositions. Wherever you see prepositions after them when they are acting as main verbs, that is the error. Spot the error. Now friends, next we have a few more verbs. Affect. The new policy will affect on people deeply. Affect on is wrong because affect will not take any preposition. So right sentence will be the new policy will affect people deeply. Affect on is wrong. Influence. Social media influences on young minds. Wrong. Influence on is wrong. What is the right sentence? Social media influences young minds. Why these verbs don't take prepositions? Because they are self dependent, self sufficient. They are complete in themselves to express the sense, meaning. That is why they don't require preposition. Benefit. This scheme will benefit to students. Very frequently this question based on this verb you know is asked in examination. You have to be very very careful. This scheme will benefit students. Benefit to is wrong. This scheme will benefit students. Now there are a few more verbs. Discuss. The committee discussed about the issue in detail. We are discussing about the topic. Wrong. Discuss will not take any preposition. The committee discussed the issue in detail. No preposition. No preposition. Discuss will not take any preposition. Then mention. He mentioned about the fact. Wrong. These sentences sound correct, seem to be correct, but they are grammatically wrong. So you have to just remember, you have to learn. Now keep these verbs in mind. Now, he mentioned the fact clearly. He mentioned about the fact clearly, about is wrong, and then describe. She described about the scene vividly. She described about the scene vividly. Wrong. Describe will not take preposition. So what will the right sentence? She described the scene vividly. Emphasize. Similarly, the teacher emphasized on is wrong. What is the right? The teacher emphasized the main point. The teacher emphasized the main points. So we have discussed about almost all the verbs that do not take prepositions. If you find prepositions with them in sentence, that is the error. So questions based on these verbs are asked in filling the blanks, sentence improvements also. There also you have to be careful, you have to take care of this. So now next, let us move to the friends. We have discussed almost all the verbs that do not take prepositions. Now let us discuss the verbs that must take prepositions. For them, preposition is must. So let us start with, it will depend on the weather tomorrow, right? Depend on. What is wrong? It will depend weather tomorrow. Depend will always take what? On. He insisted on your plan. Insist will take on. Without on, the sentence is what? Wrong. He insisted your plan is wrong. He belongs to a noble family. He belongs a noble family is wrong. Why? Because belong will always take preposition to. I agree with his proposal. Agree with his proposal is right. I agree his proposal is wrong. She likes to listen to music. Listen to is very important. She likes to listen music. Preposition missing here. This is wrong. We waited for the bus for an hour. Waited for. Remember, that was await. This is wait. So we waited the bus for an hour is wrong. He applied for the post yesterday. He applied the post yesterday wrong, because applied will always take what? Preposition for. He succeeded in the task easily. Succeeded will be followed by in. She succeeded the task easily is wrong. And the committee consists of, remember this is very important, एग्जाम में कई बार ये पूछा गया है, the committee consists of 5 parts. Wrong. Comprises of is wrong. Comprise, but here consist will always take of. You can rely on. Rely will always take on. You can rely friends in trouble. Wrong. Rely जब भी आएगा तो on के साथ आएगा. So these are the verbs that will take prepositions after them. So without prepositions, these verbs will become an error. So this is all for today. See you in the next class with the next topic. Thank you so much.